Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Evan. In today's video, I'm going to break down the two trades that I took today. Both were absolute garbage. We had a negative 35% trade and a negative 31% trade. I'm going to break them both down for you and explain where I went wrong. As you can see, we had two levels marked out on QQQ in the morning, 425.3 to the upside, 424 for the downside. These are simply pre-market levels. As soon as the market opened, we ended up bouncing off that 424 level, pushing to the upside. We got nice displacement on this candle right here, which created a fair value gap. I drew out the fair value gap once this candle came back into it right here and we wicked out of it. I entered a contract a little bit late right here with the anticipation break of this 1 hour trend line to go touch this pre-market high of 425.3. We never ended up getting that. We ended up getting rejected by that trend line, selling back off, respecting that fair value gap a little bit, and then finding support at this 200-day moving average in the 45-day EMA. So I felt pretty good about that support right there. We ended up pushing back up. I thought we were going to continue here. I entered another contract. We pulled back, found support again, pushed up, got rejected, pulled back, found a little bit of support, and then ended up folding over to the downside. Now my stop loss was supposed to be below these lows right here. Obviously, as you can see, I did not end up selling there. I ended up selling all the way down here at the exact bottom. So I don't know if it's just me or if some of you other guys find yourself selling at the absolute bottom. I did this twice today, and this has been a trend for me for the past 3 days trading. Every single time I decide to get out is the pivot point of the market, and I end up selling at the worst possible price. And it's the most frustrating thing that I ever experienced. So we ended up selling all the way off down here, right? I'm just holding it for too long, just trash risk management. I end up selling at the lows, the exact lows, and then price begins to reverse. Now, because this has happened so many times, I recognize this, and once we begin to push up, I enter contracts again, and I'm able to catch this move. I'm expecting a sweep of these highs right here. We never ended up getting the sweep of those highs, and we sell off in 2 candles. Absolutely trash day today. Like, garbage day. You might have been able to navigate this. Fantastic, but I overall just traded like absolute trash today. So as you can see, I entered 3 contracts on the way up, right? We came down. At this point, I'm not down very much in terms of the dollar amount because the contracts that I bought were cost less. So I wasn't super worried about it. And we had this support right here that we had 2 touches at. We ended up rallying back up, selling back off in 2 candles again, finding support, rallying up, selling off, rallying up, selling off. And finally we broke those lows, and I got out once again at the exact bottom of the market before we continue pushing up. Overall, days like this are they just suck. Okay, it's been like 3 consecutive days like this for me, where it's just been, I just haven't been able to properly navigate the market. I've been holding my losses way too long, and obviously when you do that, it affects your mental, your psychology with trading. So I think essentially that's what happened again today. So I'm gonna have to take a break and I'm gonna have to come back to it. But unfortunately, I lost 35% on this first one and 30% on the second trade right here. And as you can see, both of my sells were at the exact bottom. So the exact bottom here and the exact bottom here. So just absolutely garbage. Like, what sucks about it, it's the max that I could have lost. I lost the maximum that I could have lost because I literally sold at the exact bottom. With that being said, brings me into something else, and I would like to break this down for you guys. So essentially, this is a point that I like to make for people who are beginning trading, and for myself especially. I'm not profitable yet, and I will continue to trade and continue to perfect my trading and avoid flaws such as this. But until my profitability comes, it's very easy to be giving a lot of money back to the market unless you are sized accordingly. You have to size yourself accordingly to be able to survive in the market. And if you cannot survive in the market, then the market will beat you and you will have lost, right? The person who keeps going is the person who will win. The person who has enough funds to keep going, sizes themselves accordingly, right, for each trade, will be the person who wins because they can continue to try and continue to improve over and over again. But unless you size accordingly, you will not win in this market. For example, if you have $5,000 to trade with and you decide that your max loss on each position is $500, you're only going to have 10 trades before you lose all of your money, right? And if you do that every single day, you're 10 days, you could take your max loss 10 days in a row, and then your account would no longer exist. So the importance of trading in the early stages that I've found is size yourself light. No, you're not going to make a ton of money if you win, right? But if you lose, you're also not going to lose a ton of money. And that's the most important part because more than likely you will lose a lot in the beginning. And if you're losing a lot, right, then you don't want to lose everything that you have. So take that for what it's worth. Apply it to your own trading. And if you're beginning trading and you find yourself losing constantly, size down. Not only just size down in terms of one contract. You can do one contract and you can hold forever and you can still lose the whole price of the contract. So it's not about, one contract. It's about what is the price of the contract. You need a contract that moves slower, that you can test your analysis on, that's not going to absolutely murder your account and that's not going to absolutely murder your psychology. So essentially, size light, right? And risk accordingly. Risk so that you can continue to trade time and time and time again, because every single wrong trade that you take or right trade is going to be a lesson for you to learn from. And if you don't have enough money to keep going, then you're not going to be able to learn from those lessons because you won't be able to take another trade. So take that for what it's worth. Apply it to your own trading. Hopefully you guys learned something from this video. Obviously what not to do. Past 3 days have just been absolutely trash for me. But we'll be back tomorrow and I'll be back the day after that and the day after that. So it doesn't matter. You just have to keep going. And if you keep going and you size yourself accordingly, then you can make it. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button down below. Like this video for more videos. I like this one. I'll see you guys in the next video.